What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, the next week or so, for me anyways, I'm going to use this 55-gallon barrel. And I got to find another barrel, of course, a smaller one. I'm going to build a smoker out of this thing. We got some pigs coming, probably second week of November. So we're going to build us a smoker out of some junk around the yard. So we're going to use this barrel to start with. I got some steel back here, some little metal pipes and stuff. I think I got some more of those little metal pipes. Maybe use those as the legs. I got two right there. I know I got some more somewhere. I got some 1-inch square tubing up here somewhere. I don't even know where I put it at. I got a whole thing of 1-inch square tubing that's missing, guys. Some round tubing right there, but that's galvanized. I don't like to weld. We got some square tubing somewhere. I don't exactly know where. Maybe in the shed back there. But yeah, we're going to use some junk around my yard and we're going to build a smoker out of it. So, first off, it's going to be a barrel. Now I'm debating if I want to cut the whole barrel and make the whole thing open up, or if I want to just cut out, you know what I'm saying, 2 inches inside, come up, and just do a hinge door. Probably just do a hinge door, lets less smoke out that way. So, I'm going to use that. Let's go down here and see what else we got. We got some old bed frames here that we're going to use some metal off of. Sure, we'll use something for them. Actually, I got 4 of those right there. 4 of these little short pieces right here. So we might use these 2 for legs and those 2 down there for legs. A little stronger since they've already got a bend to them. We got corners on them. And we're going to run this old truck frame down here. The one that was a crash one I rebuilt the Colorado with. We'll go down here and see this old jet ski. We ain't done any videos on that yet. It's only been out twice. I've had it a year. Had it out twice. There you go. 93, well, 580. 94 motor in it, 93 unit. So, got the second motor. But yeah, we'll make some, we'll cut some steel out of this, whatever we need. This old frame. That front piece is junk. But there's plenty of good pieces of metal in there. Yeah, we're gonna build something with nothing. So y'all stay tuned. There's the old boat down there, junk. It ain't junk. It needs a transom. That's gonna be another project this winter. Probably do a lot of fiberglass work and replace the transom on that boat. So yeah, y'all stay tuned and build this smoker with me. I am needing a 15-gallon drum, metal drum, or a firebox. Metal firebox to weld to the base of this unit to have a fire, because I don't want to put fire in there with the food. I want it to be smoked. I want it to cook off of heat, not off of the actual fire itself. So stay tuned for this video, guys. Now, so smoker update. You'll be seeing this video all together. So I went ahead and I marched out what I wanted to cut out. I just marked it and I cut all the way around with the grinder. But I left a point on each end, the high spots on each end, and each end on the high spots. That way I can weld the hinges on. You know, once the hinges are welded on in place, then I can finish my little cuts on all my high spots in my corners. That way it'll be an exact fit when it goes back up and down. And then when I add the angle around the piece or whatever, I don't know if I'm going to do angle or C. We're going to stiffen it up either way around the edge. Might just put a piece of flat inside from here down, across and up. That way when you close the lid, it sits against it and not just falling down inside. And it'll help seal it better too. So we'll have to figure out exactly what we're going to do with that. I don't have any 1/2-inch flat bar to get some or something. So, but I'm going to go ahead and weld these 2 hinges on. And then I'm going to cut the excess piece off. And remember, this was an oil barrel, so it has to be cleaned. And it's got to have a fire run through it and everything before we cook anything on it. But like I said, I still got to grind the whole thing down. I got to do some welding or some more grinding. I've got to build legs, I got to build bars. This will be a lot. I just want to bring you guys in and show you where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and weld these two on real quick. I'll cut the edges out, and then I'll show you what we got there so far. Alright guys, like I said, this thing's got oil in it, had oil in it, was an oil barrel. New oil, of course, la da da da. Don't have to be burned, don't have to be cleaned, don't have to be da 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 da. Whatever. So we got the lid cut, got the hinges welded. As you can see, that ain't perfect. It's gonna have a little crack and it'll pop here and there when it opens and closes, but when the heat gets to it, a couple good cycles, it'll wear itself in. So everything I'm building with using this thing is all scrap I got laying around. This is an old bed frame thing, and I cut one of the legs off of it, and we're gonna rip it right down the center. As you can see, it's just an old bed frame, free stuff. Lady was throwing it away. I brought it home. So we're gonna rip right down the center of this thing with the grinder, cutting wheel, and we're gonna use this piece for the door runner all the way across the bottom. So the door will close up against this. So I'll get it cut and I'll sit in there and come back and show you guys what's going on. So like I said, I cut that piece in half. The other piece is laying right there on the ground. We're going to take this piece, we're going to lay it in here sideways like so, and we're going to weld it in on each side and in the center. And that way when you close the door will sit against that. It'll be a stopper for it so the door won't fall in. And then we'll probably put a piece around the outside edge right there and on the edge over here. We're going to weld that in though. And then we got to build a handle for the door and all that good stuff. And then we got to build legs. We got to gotta get something to come out around the side. We got to put a small tank on the side for a firebox going into this smoker point. My place is a mess right now, but we're slowly getting it, little by little. It'll come together. Not a fast project, just what I wanted to do. Alright, so we got the plate welded on the inside there, so the door sits against it. I went ahead and took a piece of rebar, cleaned it up, and built me a rebar handle. And this is actually a floating handle. It was just free-forming here, but what I mean by floating is the rebar is going to get hot through the heat of the grill burning. So what we do is we make it float, where it's only touching where it's welded. So all the way through this pipe, I don't know if I can get a video of it, is pretty much you could probably see through if this video would focus. If there's a light on the other end, you could. But so that's floating. It's only welded on the top, and it's not touching the rebar all the way around through the whole pipe. So it's got a floating handle, so that should help with heat. And if all else fails, I'll put a piece of rubber over top of that thing. Once we get legs and all built on it, then I'll build a backstop. Because right now the lid just wants to fall all the way back, and it wants to tweak the lid, which I gotta add to stiffen the lid up as well. But we're getting there little by little. That's where we're at. I'm really rebuilding this, just doing it. Like I have no picture. I have nothing. I have no design. I'm literally just taking stuff that I have around here and building a smoker out of it. So, alright guys, so I had some grill grates off an old grill that was rotted out, and they literally fit pretty much perfect. They're overlapping right here just a hair, but that's in case if like we want to do charcoal in here or whatever, I'll have the option to do it. But there's actually going to be a hole in probably the left side. We're going to have a cutout here, and that's going to allow us to go into our firebox that's going to be built off of the outside here. It might be lower, it might be higher, I don't know. I might just trim this whole bottom corner out and make it intersect into the corner of this so it gets more heat on this side but more smoke on this side. So we're going to kind of see what coming up with. I had these metal rods, tubes laying around, 1x3 square tubes, and so we just cut the ends of them off about an inch off the base of them, and stuck them in here, and they work perfect. So we're going to end up leveling those out 100%, getting them exactly where we want them sitting and everything. Because I might make them lean back. I might try to make them as level as possible, but I gotta build legs on this thing too, and that's pretty much how high I kind of want it to sit, maybe 2 or 3 inches lower than that. So I just had it sit on top of a trash can right now, upside down. But yeah, we're slowly coming along with it. So right there, don't look bad. I have this old grate over here. I have a bunch of these little grates too. My son's dragging around right now. Thinking about putting one of those across the top in the back, maybe, to where it's, you know, for hot dogs and stuff like that. But we have this old grating back here that we're going to end up cutting and using. Ooh, a big old millipede. What's a big old millipede? We end up using this grating for inside the grill, and I think I've already pretty much cut it to the right depth. I just got to cut it to length. I don't know if I'm going to cut it where it fits one big piece. I probably can't. I'm probably going to do 2 pieces. Cut it half and then cut the other half, because it's, you know, I don't have the whole front of the grill opening, so we're gonna have to cut it to where it fits, probably half and half.
I can bend it.
Yeah, let me see one of them. Let me see one of those. Get your feet off of them. Give me one. You can have the other one. I'm thinking about taking this grating. Like, this is perfect if I want to just lay these in here. Put a rail across the rear. I could just lay a bunch of these in here side by side. You know what? It might be something I do. I don't know. Let me see how many of these I got. I know I got 2 right here. Let's see how many we got over here. Now, don't mind my mess. I got 3 or 4 all together. There's 2 more right here. 3 right here. I might not have to cut that grating. I might just use these old grill grates and just put a flat bar across it or something. Let's see, we got 3 of these. I said all this will have to be burnt. Woo! I about fell, guys. Y'all about caught me slipping. Literally, I slipped. About went on the ground. So I don't know if these are gonna be wide enough, long enough, all of them together. I guess I'm doing this one-handed, so it's gonna kind of be whatever. This is if I just laid them in here without putting the railings in. Of course, I just want to see how many. Oh man, look at that! Hop up, baby. Look at this, guys. I think we don't even have to do anything. We could take these out. But if we take those out, it'd be so low in there that if we did charcoal, it would pretty much burn everything. And I don't want it to burn everything. I want to bring it up. So, all else fails, I'll put something across the back and across the front and lay them in there. Or we'll just do my big grate.